Hey guys, here's what we're gonna work on now. Obviously another breakdown. Not very happy about it. Today's April the 11th, by the way. So, anyhow, here's what's going on. So, I think it was Tuesday. Actually, I had a video made, but my damn phone was going all crazy and deleted it. And another video that I had, a mowing video to put up. Anyhow, the freaking ignition switch, this dumb little doohickey thing right here went out whenever I was mowing, and I shut it off, which was probably a mistake because the damn thing wouldn't start back up again. I had to take a screwdriver and jump this. Before you guys are wondering, always disconnect your damn battery before working on anything, or else you'll shock the shit out of yourself. Which clearly I need to take the battery out anyhow. The battery's sitting right there. So, anyhow, all these wires here are for the ignition. It looks like a crambled up mess, but the best thing to do is whenever you replace the ignition, take like a couple wires off and put them where they're supposed to go on the new ignition. I think you don't have to worry about figuring it out or even label them like I started to, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So anyhow, that's all for this damn thing. So I tightened the belt up too because it was real loose before. And if you want to know how to tighten these, just take this bolt out right here. Oh damn it, you can't really see, you're just staring off in the middle of nowhere. That's a 12mm. You can use rather a deep well socket, a regular socket, a ratchet, or one of those ratcheting wrenches. I use the ratcheting wrench and a socket to break it loose. But it was about, you probably can't see it that well. Where the heck was it at? It was like right about here. I adjusted it enough because this belt was so loose. I mean, you want at least a little bit of give on the belt. You don't want it too tight. You at least want some give on it. So that's all for that. And the only reason why I figured out it was the ignition is because the starter moved fine, the solenoid works, and not only that, this doohickey here runs the oil pressure light, your temperature, the hour meter, and the lights, because the lights you have to have the tractor on or have the ignition on for the lights to work, so that we don't drain your battery, which is a smart idea. So that's what that's been going on about. And like I said, I had a mowing video and a video to do before this, and it got deleted. So let me find my flashlight. It'll show you a little bit better into the ignition there. So I might have another video today to do. I don't know. Today is April the 11th, like I said, so we'll see. And I don't know when I'll upload this video, but there's the ignition right there. And all the wires, as you can see, I sort of tried to mark them, but it's too hard. And one thing you always want to do when doing this too, get a thing of 220 grit sandpaper and clean this all out right here, because it'll make a lot better contact. And as you can see, these damn things need replaced. They're bad. That's the negative. This is the positive one. But if you clean out the inside of this, and I'll show you with some like 220 sandpaper. Let's see what the heck. I'll put my sandpaper right here. Just cut it like this, and get it in there kind of like that, and just sand it. It's not really that hard to do. But anyhow, I know one video will be, there might be a mowing video too. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. The weather's not really the greatest today. Tomorrow I might be doing a mowing video. So, the only thing left to do is do an oil change on the 1850 and the John Deere 2255. Or the 2555, rather. I'm thinking of the all-over, but never mind. Anyhow, the John Deere 2555 will do an oil change on. That is due for an oil change. I already got oil in the filter for that. So, this new ignition should be in Wednesday, whatever the heck Wednesday's date will be, I don't even know. Should be Wednesday. If not, it'll be sometime next week. I might do a video on how to put this in, I don't know yet. Or if not, I'll just go through the steps using this old ignition to do it. And if I can even get the damn thing in, I don't know if I can or can't. But anyhow, what I'm going to show you how to do. But what you do want to do though, get yourself a pair of get yourself some of these, and pull this piece here off. It holds the ignition, it threads it in, and this is like a little gasket or seal, whatever the heck you want to call it, and it holds it in right there to keep the ignition from falling out the back. You have to remove that, get a straight head screwdriver, and you can pull your ignition through. But and on these Kubotas, it's nice. On all the G series ones, I like the 32, 42, 52, and the 6200 have the open access panel back here, just as clearly a 5200. So anyhow, then you gotta wiggle your ignition back up in order to. Now this one here is gonna take 2 hands. But it's such a pain in the rear end to try to work in such a little area. Like, what the heck is his name? I think it was Michael TJD60 or something. I can't remember what his channel is. He got a Cub Cadet, I think it was an 882, I can't remember. It has a Kubota 3-cylinder diesel in it too, so, which one benefit of having a Cub Cadet, I'm not really a fan of Cub, but see how the motor is positioned backwards on this? Well, technically, that's it really, yeah, technically it would be backwards. Because the flywheel is always your start of the engine. That's always your front of your engine and working your way back. So I guess technically it really isn't backwards. Not like these, because the flywheel's back for the operator station and over. And just like look at your small engine, the flywheel's in the front and it goes back. So, like I said, that's what you want to do. And so there'll be a video on that. And on the 1850, if you guys actually want to know how to change the oil, head over to Oliver66 YouTube's channel and check him out, because he did a video on how to change the oil in that. Which I'll have another one up, because he's the only one that has a video up on how to change the oil in that. And so that's all for that. So, oh, another thing you guys always want to do, whenever you work on these, whenever you're mowing, clean the screen out. It goes in behind here, like, how the heck is this damn thing going? It goes in like this. And, you know, like that. And you want to always take a shop vac or something, or even a brush or something, and clean this out. And the best thing to do is get a shop vac, a leaf blower, or a small little shop vac or something, and get in here with the blower and blow all this crap out of this radiator, because it'll block it up and you just have. And also, number one thing you want to do is check all your liquids and make sure you're coolant. So, as always, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.